Hello guys, and welcome to Ride VIP, the Ride Show channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I want to share with you guys what I'm working on currently. And also I am driving for Lyft. So one of the things that I do want to discuss is so today was my first day to getting back to my eBay's parts business. So with that being said, I have done a lot. So first of all, I have went out there to my eBay warehouse, which is a 10 by 20 warehouse space, and I have earlier organized everything how I want everything to be, and I created, of course, my photo studio area. And basically this is a good place to be able to just walk in, take pictures now, and organize everything, put everything on shelves and list parts right there and then. And also this area can be used for shipping items out. I could quickly pull everything from the shelves. Everything's nice and neatly organized, and I could quickly and effectively just ship everything. So that is that. And of course I started today. I brought a bunch of parts in. I've taken photos and I made listings. So I worked in my eBay warehouse for 6 hours. I was very surprised that I have worked in there for that long. I actually did not even notice the time fly. So I started a little bit late because I needed to set some things up. So by 5 p.m. I was finally ready to start listing items after breeding them, and I was working all the way till like almost 11 o'clock p.m. So it was already dark outside, and in my warehouse, of course, I have lighting. I have studio lighting, and I have my other LED lighting, and of course a white background, white table. So the parts are very well lit. You will not be able to tell that it's dark outside, because it's a very nice little studio. Now, it was my first time actually using it. Of course, that was the intention, but I was very surprised that how good the pictures looked. I was very, very astonished. So I have listed a total of 15 items to eBay, which may not seem like much, and of course that was something I was able to do in about 6 hours, as I said. Now, I do think that's a little slow. However, some people only list about 30 items per day, and that's considered quite normal. Sometimes not listing anything per day. Some like really, really professional eBay sellers, they're listing about 100 items per day. Maybe some do even more that have teams. But of course, I do not have any help. I am by myself, and I'm basically working in my own little eBay warehouse space. So I'm just sharing that with you guys, but here's what I've done. I have created a separate YouTube channel that is specifically going to be covering everything that I'm going to be doing with my eBay store. And this channel actually makes me money. Like if I post videos here, somebody watches it, like I could make money. And of course on that other channel I will not be able to make money because it's a fresh channel. There's no guarantee of any kind of growth, but I decided to just start posting videos there, and we'll see where it goes. It doesn't really matter to me if that channel will experience success or not, but I do have lots of experience in starting YouTube channels. Now that I have 3 YouTube channels that are monetized, it brings an extra stream of income. Not much. Like for instance, this channel brings me an extra $50 a month. Is this something that you would do every day? Just record a bunch of videos just to get $50? Maybe. I mean, $50 is $50. You know, a lot of time goes into, of course, creating these videos. Luckily, I'm using the time wisely, and right now, let's say like I'm on the way to work. I'm basically driving, so I'll be driving probably for the next 35 minutes. So it is very easy for me to hit like a screen record while I'm driving and just go ahead and actually, you know, talk about some things, right? So this is what I'm doing. So time well spent. Of course, when I'm doing eBay store, it's a little different because I actually had to take time away from me actually working in it, and that's where one of the hours got lost. And I actually recorded an hour and 3-minute video, which explained everything, that like my whole entire setup. So like in that one video, I teach you basically how to start making $300 a day, which is essentially $9,000 per month. And that's important because, you know, here we are working here for Lyft and Uber. A while ago, I was mentioning that, you know, I was trying to make $300 a day, and that's pretty much was that. You know, like I would get out there, start drive around, and make $300 a day. Like, wow, great, you know. So that's not the case anymore. Sorry guys, I'm getting over a cold, and my nose feels like it's not letting me talk a lot, but anyways, so, oh my gosh, lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. But anyways, when it comes to an eBay store, you gotta be consistent. You need to start listing items pretty much every day and stay with it for about like 2 weeks at the very minimum. Just keep listing every day, and then sales are gonna start rolling in. But that might not happen right away. So it's kind of like important what to aim for, and it's important to plan how much money you want to make. And when I say plan, guys, that's kind of real. So in order to make $100 per day, you gotta have at least 1,000 items listed on eBay. If you want to, that means if you want to make $300 a day, you gotta list 3,000 items into the store. So currently, I think I have like over 150 items listed, something like that. But anyways, today I listed 15. So obviously, it's not a lot of items, but not a lot of items listed. But with that being said, I did the calculation and I listed $916 worth of stuff. I actually did not even know that's how much that was. And I actually listed lower than other sellers, you know, to speed up the process of selling. And of course, there's going to be eBay seller fees and whatnot, but I was very surprised at how much money that could bring in, you know. And I'm just pricing everything according to eBay. So I'm listing to eBay, pricing according to eBay. So the reason I brought up driving and making $300 a day, so for a while, that's how it was for me. I was working 12 hours a day, making $100 every 4 hours. And that felt really safe. That was really nice. I could just get out there and drive, easy peasy. I would have my iPad with me. In between trips, I would watch some YouTube videos or even Netflix. So that was kind of like nice. Like, and I still do that. And of course, right away, I did not start making videos as a rideshare driver. I wasn't really sure that I should. But then I kind of thought, look, I'm already out here. Might as well start making some videos and post them to YouTube. And of course, I started doing that in November of last year. Now this channel has over 2,000 subscribers. And thank you guys so much for that. Of course, initially I kind of thought like maybe I should just start posting that to my normal channel. But my normal channel has to do with automotive type of content. But that was not always the case. So in the beginning, that channel was about anything that I did. But over time, it evolved into being an automotive type of channel, and I got recognized for having the most amount of content when it comes to Mercedes Sprinter diesels. So it's like I went from being a nobody in the YouTube space to then being recognized by other viewers. Of course, that channel has now close to 31,000 subscribers and 8 million views, actually quite over that. But there's many videos that I locked on the channel, including this one. You know, there's certain things I share on the channel and then I kind of think about, and I'm thinking, well, maybe this is not the right place to share those things. Maybe I should specialize in just doing rideshare. So a while ago, I had videos where I talked about me starting my new job when I was being a service technician, and I talked about how that led me to start that job, the whole process of me working that job, like my experiences. I've talked about everything. I covered, the whole thing. But then, you guys of course watched it, and you guys actually liked that content. But that actually led me into starting my own my old Zimaleta Motors, which is my business. I have a website, Zimaleta Motors, but like it's a mobile mechanics type of business, because it opened up my eyes a little bit into thinking that, look, here I am at this job, wasted basically 12 to 13 hours a day. That's driving included, about 10 hours work day, about 2 hours driving. So about 12 to 13 hours, because sometimes I would work overtime. But I would also clock in early, so this is everything correct, as I'm saying. So basically, I kind of thought, I'm not making enough money as a service technician, yet I'm doing all this work. And it opened up my eyes into also realizing how much work I can actually get done. And I'm thinking like, wow, if I actually did this work on my own cars, I'm putting a lot of time here. This could be like thousands of dollars of labor. So the dealership was really banking a lot on my work. Not just on my work, but there's, of course, even more service technicians there. And the more technicians that they have, the more jobs that being completed. So the dealership is really raking in, some good money. So basically, you might be wondering, wow, you started way too many things. Here you are starting your eBay business, and you just recently started your mobile mechanics business. How's that going? Well, let me tell you guys. Of course, in any business that you start, you're not going to experience success right away. It takes time. It takes marketing. If you're... Some deer actually just ran in front of me, guys. Good thing I pay attention. But the deer, like, literally was waiting till I come and then decided to jump in front. Can you believe that? Very suicidal deer. But anyways, good thing I have good ABS brakes. And I wasn't even going fast. So, there's actually lots of deer today. It's very, very, very crazy. So yeah, realize that when I'm driving, I'm not actually looking at my screen or nothing. Like, I'm actually looking at the road, so I'm paying attention. So anyways, any business that you do, you're gonna have some struggles. You're gonna need to advertise. You're gonna need to do various things. So first of all, I will tell you this: I have already completed technically 3 jobs with my business. That was actually before I could do any type of advertising. The client that I did get is the same client. That's a returning client. And how much money did I make off that? Well, let me think. So I don't wanna lie to you guys. So let's see. So I made basically about $1,000 total of those visits. Total time spent on those jobs, the very first day 1 hour, the next day 6 hours. So 7 hours, basically $1,000. That's how much I made. Now that client, of course, has paid a lot less than he would at the dealer. I made him save a lot of money. And on top of that, he used to have his own mechanic, but his old mechanic refuses to touch his new vehicle, which is a Range Rover, out of all cars. So guys, everything happens for a reason. Remember how I got the Range Rover? You guys were all telling me, hey, get rid of it. It's really bad. Because I actually shared it on this channel, which is technically a rideshare channel, but I was, I bought it and decided to use it for rideshare, and I used it for rideshare. So I got a chance to discuss some of the problems that it had. I actually put 25,000 miles on that Range Rover. And I was a really bad owner. Despite me doing a lot of good things to it, I did not even change oil for 25,000 miles. What I did realize is Range Rover did not even lose any oil. I literally drained the same amount of oil. However, that was not the case with the Range Rover that I serviced with the oil. So recently I changed the oil on it. I actually recorded a video, recently posted it on my other channel, Zimaleta Motors, which is my main channel. I keep an automotive there. So that Range Rover, I just found out today, it only had 4.5 quarts of oil inside of that engine. It needed to have 8.5. So because I was doing a large job for him, and I said, listen, I gotta remove these type of like metal plates that's covering up the engine, so I could get to certain like aspects of the engine to do what I gotta do. I asked him, I said, listen, do you need an oil change? I'm not saying let me change your oil just because I'm doing it, but do you really need an oil? Do you need an oil change? He's like, actually, yeah, I do. So I'm not sure how long he's been driving without changing oil, or the person that was driving it before him. How long have they been driving it? Because he actually recently acquired it. I'm not sure how recent. But today I sent him a text message letting him know that it was only 4.5 quarts of oil inside. No, 4 quarts, not 4.5. 4.5 quarts missing. So with that being said, how did I only find out today when I done the oil, job like a couple days ago? Because today I measured. Because at first I dumped it into the big container, and then I tried to pour it using a funnel, and I would have done it right there and then. But I thought, well, I just drained it at 8.5 quarts, and I didn't have like but a 5 quart jug to pour it in because I still had some oil remaining. And I was like really surprised. I'm like, whoa, only 4 quarts. That is not good because it's a 5-liter engine. Turns out I did some research. That's actually a Jaguar engine that's inside of that Range Rover, the 2011. But it's also known as a Ford engine. But some people say since it's been owned by Tata since then, Indian company, they're putting some other weird engine in there. But no, it's a Jaguar engine. Like it's been available for a while with some modifications, and it's actually 5.0, right? Like I said, it's a variation of a Ford Coyote engine. Or I guess a Ford Coyote engine is a variation from that Jaguar engine, so that's interesting to find out. So they just got a lot of different bolt-ons on it. So the one I worked on was not a supercharged, but they do have a supercharged version of it, which is also like in a Range Rover, 500 horsepower, but the one Coyote has, Ford Coyote engine, that's also supercharged. So it's actually a very similar type of engine. Well, basically the same. So anyways, I like to learn about new things. I don't like to waste time, guys. This is why I left, and I'm like, look, I can't sleep right now, even though I already work full day working on my business. Wasn't planning to go out there and start making money with Lyft, because I have not been making money, like as of late, like working for Lyft. So it's been really, really, really bad for me. But with that being said, it's not the fact that I need money. We all could use a little money, but I'm like, look, I could either sit at home and waste this time because I can't fall asleep. Maybe I'll be like watching YouTube videos. So instead, let me just go out there and watch some YouTube videos while I'm working, and get back to making some money, I guess, and then I'll drive home when I'm tired and go to sleep. For some reason, I cannot fall asleep, guys. I actually have not been drinking coffee, seriously, since at least 3 weeks. No coffee, no energy drinks. I'm not drinking anything. So, and I'm not actually able to fall asleep. But also, my mind has been running wild with a lot of ideas, and I'm constantly being inventive and coming up with new ways of making money. So just my brain never stops thinking, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, at the same time. Maybe you could get some peace when it finally makes some good money, but that hasn't been the case yet. So excuse me, guys. Yeah, I'm just getting over a cold. I've been sick all week, guys, with a cold, and still tried to work at home, and I actually worked the weekend. Of course, I'm not doing any confident with customers, and I don't have like flu. Like, it's just, I just have like a cough, and because of like it being cold outside, like my nose got stuffed up. But anyways, let me get back to talking about my mobile mechanics business and how does that tie in together with my eBay parts business, and how does me flipping cars tie into the whole thing. So basically, three of these things that I mentioned, it's basically automotive type of business. So everything just kind of like works together, and the same thing like me driving right now, that still works together, because in the time that I could have been, let's say, well, I don't know how to really put it the right way, but it's not complicated. But if I need to relax, I guess, instead of just like sitting around and like watching YouTube videos, I'll just get out there and start driving and making money, right? It might seem pointless because I mean, technically I'm trying to relax, right? I mean, yes, I could sit down and make more eBay listings. I could do that, but I have this routine that I developed. So I'm making a listing right there and then once I take a picture. So I'm making that listing. So I have a process, and I'm following that process. So I don't want to be making listings when I'm not in my eBay warehouse, and I'm calling it warehouse even though it's a 10 by 20. So next to that building, so technically it's 4 10 by 20 sections, but half of it is my kids. I'll let them have it, and half of it is mine. So I gotta still build floor and shelvings in the other section, but it's fine. Like, I'm basically taking one day at a time and doing what I have to. So everything is basically just being done at home. I'm not renting any spaces, but I do have ideas for people that want to do this that don't necessarily have any land. Maybe they live in apartments. So I have an idea, a perfect idea, to do it out of storage units. And I talk about that in my recent video that I posted to my eBay channel, which is actually like a really cool channel. It's actually called AutoPartEmpire. AutoPartEmpire, and then beside it I put Zimaleta Motors, so you know it's me. Or anybody searches Zimaleta Motors, they can still find me, even though it's in a different channel. I know it might be annoying to some people that I have all these channels and it's all over the place, and it probably would have been easier to just have everything on one channel, but I've tried different things, and yes, it would have worked technically, but at the same time, I do not want to overwhelm my subscribers. So let's say like you're subscribing for YouTube type of content, for automotive type of content, and that's what you're waiting to see because that's the video you watched last time. But now I'm basically trying to show you how I'm selling parts on eBay. You might not like that very much, and you might not subscribe. Same thing with this rideshare channel. Rideshare channel, I think it's a little bit more flexible, because I think most of us, at least that's what I think, okay? I think most of us here, we're entrepreneurs, or at least we're entrepreneurs at heart. We want to be our own boss. Maybe we're in between jobs, or we're just this could be just a side hustle, because you want to have like your own business side hustle, and this is the only thing that's 1099. So technically you are your own boss. They don't treat us like a boss. They treat us here like a bunch of kindergartners, and they don't let us really make any money or make any of our own decisions, which is kind of like defeated the whole purpose of being a business owner. But there's some decisions that you can make. When you want to work, how long you want to work. Unfortunately, we cannot decide how much money we want to make. But even that can change, because once you learn the business, you can actually go into business for yourself and open up the proper licensing, get the proper insurance, and start, growing your business, your own clientele. And one of the ways to do it is to share your business card with people. But with that being said, guys, Of course, I used to be in commercial expedite. I know what it's like to have commercial insurance. I did it for 40 years, so I know all about it. And I actually have a guy that sells insurance. If anybody needs insurance, I got a guy that sells it. Turns out that it's the same guy that I did the Range Rover for. So if anybody needs insurance at a good cost, let me know in the comments below, and I'll hook you guys up. But anyways, I wanted to find somebody that actually sells commercial insurance and that can work with my viewers to help them out in case you're trying to get rideshare insurance, or maybe you're trying to just have a commercial type of insurance where you could start doing your own rides. But that should not stop you from trying to grow your clientele by working in advance and start giving your business cards out, and maybe doing a ride here and there, to try to grow your business, because right away you're not going to have any clients. So it's a little tough. But with that being said, this is something that I'll be still growing in the future. I did give out a lot of business cards, but I'll tell you what, guys, it's a tough sell technically, because, well, I can easily, I'm just going to accept it because I'm already driving in that direction. Well, basically, like, what do I want to say here? So, Ride VIP, I'm just going to start with that. One of the main reasons that I started this channel, Ride VIP, and with that specific name, because that's my business, Ride VIP. Before I started this channel, I decided to start my own rideshare company. You guys may know about it, maybe you guys don't. I have mentioned it before. And also I mentioned in some videos that I never unlocked. So I don't even know if some of them been unlocked or not. But Ride VIP, the whole idea behind it is me starting my own startup. And I've done research how Uber started. And it was really challenging for them. Now of course they're the big shots, but when they started out, it was just, it was a small company, technically. They faced many challenges, But anyways, I'm not gonna give you the whole story. If you want to look it up, you can find it on YouTube and watch it. So I kind of thought, well, why not me? I could probably do it. Have my hands in many pies. But anyways, I have done so much research to the point where I researched how to create my own app, and I created my own app. I just never launched it to the Apple Store, just because I know when I launch it, there's really not much I can do about it at this point, nor that I want to. But I actually have a full app built around Ride VIP. It's built differently than Uber and Lyft, but a little bit similar. It's a little bit built, well, I don't even know why I should be telling you how it's built. It doesn't even matter. What does matter is I kept it simple, where you could just request rides and stuff. I did not want to complicate it with anything else. And eventually maybe I will launch something like this, but right now it's not my top priority. But at the time I thought it was top priority, so I acted fast. I created everything, including the website. I bought the domain name. I never launched the website, but I have it, basically. I bought it for 10 years. The RideVIP.com website. So, with that being said, I like to start businesses. I do think I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Not every business venture that I will do will be successful. A lot of them will fail. Some of them will maybe be a little bit successful. But maybe there's going to be one that will be so successful that's what's going to take me to the top. It's a possibility. So I think it never hurts to try. And this is why I'm always hustling, always thinking about new ideas, always striving to go forward. But anyways, let me get back to what I was talking about. First of all, about my mobile mechanics business, and I want to tell you kind of where that's at. Of course, I already told you guys in the previous videos that I created my website. I have my Yelp page up. I'm on Google Maps now. I did order business cards. They're not in yet. They're in stage of production. I did start advertising on Facebook and Craigslist. I think that's about all that I did. And then of course I course corrected my Instagram, Facebook, and I put like, like according to my branding, like what I want people to see, to be able to see that's what I'm doing. And of course, my main channel, Zimaleta Motors, I added mobile mechanic part into it because it used to be like automotive DIY, but I changed that to mobile mechanic. So basically, I was doing some changes, some fine tweaking and stuff, and just changing a few things around. So there's still plenty of work to do. But surprisingly, all of these things that I mentioned, it was fairly easy for me to do. Of course, I already have my business open and everything, so that is fine. I don't have to really think about that. I guess the one thing I have to do is I need to set up a separate bank account. But LLCs, if it's an LLC, mine's an LLC, it doesn't need to be a separate bank account. You could bank with your regular bank account. But I do want to set up a separate LLC. I do have an EIN number, so like all of that stuff is, I'm already using that stuff. I have been using that stuff because that is my business. And that quite fits me, fits me pretty well. But of course, my ambitious type of outlook was always to sell used car parts. So of course, over the years, over the last 5 years to be exact, I started collecting cars. That's how I ended up with 34 cars. So there's lots of money invested in those cars. Even though I didn't spend a lot of money on those cars, there's lots of money that's just sitting there. And my goal is to start taking those cars apart. And I would like to keep listing car parts and getting better at it, because I need to be able to get to 1 million listings. Well, no, I said it wrong. Not 1 million listings, but I want to have 1 million listings. I believe it would take like 3 years to accomplish at a current pace. But it's not 1 million listings that I want. I would like to have $1 million listed worth of stuff. I want that total amount of dollars to be equivalent to $1 million of used car parts. But what I will say, I guess, lastly before I go, because I have to go, is that the way the math works for like eBay store, it doesn't matter whether you're selling car parts or anything else. For every 1,000 listings, you will make $100. That's about the math. So the more listings you have, the better. So if you have 3,000 listings, you will make $300 a day, and that can finally replace your rideshare job and then some. And you can just, work on your own business. But anyways, guys, it was awesome talking to you all. Please hit a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys in a later video. Appreciate each and every one of you. Bye-bye.